Yo, what's going down, Green Skin Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Green back right now with a vicious review for the brand new Antonio Banderas Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Now, this movie was directed by Joel Crawford, and this movie stars El Mariachi, Carolina, and Harvey
Today, Junior?
This guy right here. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Florence Pugh,
We salute you. Showing.
John Mulaney, Wagner Moura, Ray Winstone, Samson Kayo,
I want to talk to Samson.
and Olivia Colman. Now, for anybody out there who has no idea what this film is all about, we basically are following Puss in Boots. Now, he's a cat, he's got 9 lives, but he's down to his one final life. Oh, snap. And death is after this guy. So basically, throughout the entire film, he's running away from death, trying to get a wish that will give him more lives so he can live more exciting adventures and continue on to be the legend that he is. Now, full transparency, I've seen the first Shrek. I can't really remember if I saw much of the second one, and if I did, if I'm remembering it correctly, I think Puss in Boots shows up in that one and he's coughing up like a hairball, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen to date. That's just a little bit about me. But after that second Shrek iteration, or half of the second one, whatever, I didn't really keep up with them. It just was what it was. And I never saw the original Puss in Boots that came out in 2011. So I love Antonio Banderas. I love Selma Hayek. This movie looked pretty fly when I saw the trailer, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out because I hear people saying some good things. And I'm gonna tell you like this movie was fan-damn-tastic. I had so much fun with this film. So we already know that I like this film quite a bit, but what did I like about it? Let me talk about the animation style. Yo, there was a time when cartoons looked realistic. They had a little bit of caricature behind them, but for the most part, they looked realistic. Then I feel like somewhere in the early 2000s, into 2010s, animation started to get really funky looking, too cartoony for me. So even though I'm not against animation, it just wasn't my swag, my style. I grew up on, 90s Batman, X-Men, things like that, G.I. Joes, where it was a little bit more tangible and realistic. Now, with that being said, based on the animation style that we got from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that Miles Morales story, and now we're getting in this, if this is where animation is kind of going in that direction and how it looks and the feel of it, yo, I'm so on board for that, because what I saw when I seen this movie was an animation style that gave you that kind of Toy Story original Shrek vibe, but it also gave me some like anime, gritty, old school cartoon vibes. And there was times in the film where the animation was kind of soft and maybe more friendly, but then when there was, treachery or deadly situations around the corner, the animation definitely changed a bit and suited the tone of the movie at that given time. So being able to play with it in that way really did it for me throughout the entire film. It was always something new and beautiful to look at. So this movie is worthy for sure of a trip to the theater for just the animation alone. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the voice acting. The voice acting in this movie is great. That's why I wanted to list pretty much all of the main character actors that are voicing these animals and fairy tale characters that we've heard so much about. So we got John Mulaney playing Jack Horner. We got Wagner Moura playing the Big Bad Wolf. These are the two main villains of the film, but they both have a different level of villainy, if you will, right? Jack Horner, this guy is a knucklehead, damn near non-redeemable. He's just doing horrible fairy tale villain stuff. And then you got the Big Bad Wolf, right? This guy has a particular reason why he's in the film, but the way that he does what he does is very interesting and kind of gives a little bit of an arc over the course of his time in the movie. So those are two great characters to see, and the people voicing them did a phenomenal job and really sell you on what each one of these characters' motivations is. We also got Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and what I loved about them was I really believed that they were a unit, a family unit, right? Goldilocks and these three bears, they give a little bit of backstory as to what jumped off, how they all kind of came together, and what they are after right now. So while they're not necessarily the main villains of the movie, they got some stuff to do, some heavy lifting, and it's really fun and entertaining watching their dynamic and how they interact with the other characters. And of course, we got Puss in Boots, Kitty Soft Paws, I fucking love that name, and you got Pedo. Now, this group is obviously the heart of the film. They got things that they dealing with from the past that they're laying out in this film. Again, I don't know if it's come in films before it, but what I saw sitting down in the theater watching this movie for the first time, never having seen much before it or don't remember anything from the previous movies, I was good. I was cool. I think anybody can get down with this film. It was fun. It had heart. There was arcs. The villains were entertaining. The animation was phenomenal. Voice acting was incredible. And at the same time, I think kids are going to like it because the kids in my theater were going nuts. At the same time, I was going nuts. It was great, y'all. Hella fun, hella funny. Yo, Puss in Boots, for sure, worthy of a trip to the theater. Go check this one out. Now, like I said before, I don't really remember much of the Shrek films, because I only saw like the first one, maybe half of the second, and none of the sequels. I didn't see the original Puss in Boots. If you think that those movies are great, good, and I should go actually and check them out, let me know, comment below. If you've seen this movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, let me know, comment below, and let me know what you thought. Other than that, your homie Jay Green, I'm out.